Good evening and a warm welcome to the Estadio de los Juegos Mediterráneos, where we are seeing promotion chasing Almería taking on struggling Las Palmas in La Liga Smart Bank tonight. Should be a good game and certainly plenty to play for both these two teams. And we see the Almería lineup for the game. These are the players chosen by Guti, the former Real Madrid legend, of course, now in charge at Almería. And there are 4 changes from the side that won the last game, 1-0 at Albacete. Coming into the team is Juan Ibiza, his first game since August, number 15 at the back. And Francis, the right back on loan from Real Betis, makes his first start for the club. In midfield, there's also another loanee from Betis, Wilfred Kaptoum, formerly of Barcelona. And returning to the starting lineup also is Juan Munoz, who will play in support of Darwin Núñez, the superstar in waiting up front. 13 goals for him already this season. Las Palmas, Pepe Mel in charge, has named this team with 5 changes from the side that drew 0-0 with Girona a few days ago. Alex Suarez and Mauricio Lemos, a new pairing at the back, so 2 new central defenders. And there's a first start for the club up front for number 17, Christian Lopez. As always, before the game, there will be a minute's silence. Our referee, Damaso Arcediano, is ready for the action, and it'll be Almería in the red and white who get underway. I mentioned their promotion chasing 3rd place in the table at the moment. A win would take them just 1 point behind Cádiz in 2nd and 2 points behind league leader Zaragoza. Cádiz have not played their game in this match day yet. They play tomorrow night at Numancia, so Almería will be looking to put pressure on them and to make it 3 wins in a row as they immediately launch an attack. Ball comes inside towards Darwin Núñez, who goes down. It's recycled by Almería. Trying to sustain the attack, César de la Hoz, the classy central midfielder, number 6. He'll pull the strings today. He got an early touch there. See the temperature 23 degrees, a warm but not stifling evening in Almería, down in the south of Spain, Andalusia. I'll say Almería very much among the front runners for promotion. It looks to be at the moment 4 teams battling for the 2 automatic promotion spots. Zaragoza, Cádiz, Almería and Huesca, all within 5 points of each other. And we'll see how it develops at the other end. Las Palmas are certainly not safe from relegation yet. Here they are with their first attack. Alberto de la Bella manages to squeeze the crossover. It's cleared by Kaptoum. Well, a little scrappy. A pass back from Benito Ramirez, the number 11 with the bleached blonde hair on the left wing for Las Palmas. And now here's the right back, Eric Curbelo. They go back into defence. So saying Las Palmas down in 15th place, only 3 points outside the relegation zone, and really in a poor run of form. As that ball comes forward for the run of Fede Varela, he's not going to get there. And out for the goal kick. It's been 12 games without a win for Las Palmas. 8 of those have been drawn. And we see Guti, the stylish as always manager of Almería, looking to make waves in the managerial world in the same way that he did as a player. This is his first senior job as a manager. He was assistant at Besiktas in Turkey for a while, but was appointed here Almería as manager in November He's got them up there trying to join his former club Real Madrid in the top flight. One of the more intriguing managerial appointments of the season, Guti. There's Ruben Castro, the veteran up front, 38 years old for Las Palmas, taking a kick from Kaptoum, free kick for Las Palmas. A strong Betis connection in this game with Francis and Kaptoum, both on loan from Betis to Almería. And Ruben Castro, of course, a legend of the Sevilla club. And, of course, too, Las Palmas manager Pepe Mel was in charge of Betis in the past. Here's Slavoljub Srnic squeezing the crossover, which the home team goalkeeper Fernando signalled went straight behind, and indeed it did for a goal kick. Now, saying Las Palmas with that long run without a win, 12 games, but 8 draws for Pepe Mel's team in that, 4 losses. They've drawn 4 of their last 5, but there is talk of pressure on Pepe Mel. His future with Las Palmas beyond the end of this season by no means guaranteed. Certainly, if they go another 12 unbeaten, without a win, I should say, quite the opposite thing. And they're not clear of relegation by any means at this stage. On the back foot here as the ball is played down the left, but that's too heavy for Fran Villalba. A number of loanees in this Almería side. Villalba is one of them. He's on loan from Birmingham. Juan Munoz, the number 11 support striker from Leganés. The 2 Betis players, as I mentioned, Kaptoum and Francis, and at the back, another player with top flight experience, David Costas. So they do have plenty of La Liga experience. There's a touch for Francis on his full debut. He's played 16 minutes as a sub before this game. And there's a charge down by Darwin Núñez, who really is a talent to watch out for, not just in this game, but watch out for his career trajectory as well. A spectacular talent, Darwin Núñez, only 20 years old. He's already a full international for Uruguay, and since moving to Almería for 7.5 million euros, that is big money deal in the second division, from Peñarol, the biggest club in Uruguay. He's got 13 goals in 21 games, Núñez, including the winner in the last one at Albacete. So he is a major, major talent in the making. And a lot of people feel he will be playing in La Liga Santander next season. It's just a question of whether it's with Almería or not if they don't go up. Here he is controlling, laying it off, and there's a long-range shot that it's not a bad effort at all from the halfway line. A very audacious effort from Juan Munoz, and he hit it well, didn't he? Not far wide. Audacious is the word. Munoz, I mentioned how good Núñez is, but Munoz having a really good season as well. He's on loan from Leganés. He's got 8 goals and 5 assists this season. So another key player for Almería. Good pairing up front. Flicked on by Srnic. Ramirez gives chase, but Costas can tidy up. Now Cesar Veloz. Francis plays it forward. Deflects off Fede Varela, who's probably the most gifted playmaker in this Las Palmas team. They do have a youngster Pedri on the bench, but out of the starters, Varela is the creative force to watch out for, the Argentine. Another one who's on loan from Leganés. Like Munoz on the other side, so 2 teammates of sorts, Varela and Munoz, going up against each other. Ibiza, making his first start since August. Started the first 2 games of the season and sidelined until now. Good to see him back. Partnering Costas in defence. Here he is again on the ball, Juan Ibiza. César de la Hoz dropping deep. Ivan Martos back to Ibiza. No surprise to see Almería dominating the possession. It's the home side and the form side. There's a ball for Francis, but he's not quick enough to run in behind. It's out for the goal kick. Played a number of games in the top flight for Betis last season. You may well remember him under Quique Setien. Francis had a fair number of games. 22 starts last season alone for him. So he'll be eager to impress, no doubt, whether it's to return to Betis and challenge for a place there, or to earn a permanent move to Almería and hope he can get promotion with them back to the top flight. Here's his control. Varela, there's a quick glimpse of his fancy footwork, but he just dragged it off for a throw-in. Varela caught the eye last season on loan from Rayo Majadahonda, on loan at Majadahonda, I should say. He's actually with Porto at the time, then moved to Leganés this summer after doing well for Majadahonda, which is just down the road from Leganés, but he didn't receive first team opportunities with Lega, so back in the Segunda now, Varela. So approaching the 10-minute mark, we've not had any real goal threats yet. There was the shot from the halfway line from Juan Muñoz that went 3 or 4 yards wide. Otherwise, it's Almería largely in charge of the flow of the game without creating too much yet. But now here's a good run for Villalba. Can he squeeze the cross in? He can. Left by Núñez, and there's the opener for Muñoz. But is the flag up? It's not going to count, I don't think. Offside is called. It will be checked, obviously, and I assume this was from the run by Villalba down the left here. This pass, yeah, and he is offside. So it's not going to stand. Really clever dummy from Núñez and finished well as well, but it does not count. So shame for Almería, but a glimpse of the penetration we can expect to see from them over the course of this game. They are the leading scorers in the Segunda División, 52 goals in 32 games. Mauricio Lemos. Good challenge by Costas to win it ahead of Ruben Castro. De la Hoz. Pocket of space found by Jose Corpas. It comes in towards Núñez, who gets it back to Muñoz. Spread wide for the run of Martos, who's challenged by Curbelo out for the corner. Almería starting to find their rhythm now. So the corner to be taken by Fran Villalba. Not a bad ball in, flicked away at the near post. I think it was Curbelo who got the touch. There'll be another throw-in. Space for César de la Hoz. Very deep cross, which goes straight out. Miss hit, really, from de la Hoz. At 28 years old, he's making his 23rd start of the season. One of the most regularly appearing players for Almería is De La Hoz. Goalless early on here at the Estadio de los Juegos Mediterráneos, but Almería starting to look threatening. Good flick on there by Christian Lopez, but Costas can watch it out for the throw. Nice ball through for Munoz, who sets on the run and looks to play it into the stride of Corpas. It's out for another corner. Nice incisive passing again. Nice tempo to it as Corpas, the right winger, looked to advance. Another regular in the team for Guti. His 25th start today. 3 goals and 5 assists for him. As the corner's to be taken again by Villalba, short this time. Works it onto his right foot well, and there's a decent cross, just a bit too deep. De La Hoz can get there. Still plenty of red and white shirts in the middle. As Nunez tries to bring it inside, they'll have a chance for a ball in now from De La Hoz. Instead he goes square. He's given it away, and look, the chance now for Benito Ramirez to break, and the pass straight through. No flag yet. Ruben Castro round the keeper, narrow angle, and he's run out of pitch. And the flag now has gone up belatedly to spare his blushes. It always looked offside. After the wayward pass from De La Hoz. Oof, well, was he in his own half? That would have been worth a look. His right foot is right on the halfway line, and maybe his right knee was past the halfway line. Would have been looked at, but he ran out of room, just took it too far around the keeper, unlike Ruben Castro, not to take that kind of chance. Now ball in for Nunez, who tries to lay it off. Las Palmas clear. Well, Las Palmas' season really has hinged upon, in a negative way, the departure of one of the best players in the club's history, probably, Jonathan Vieira, who was in his 3rd spell with the club, a native of the island, on loan from Beijing Guoan, the Chinese team, and he scored 10 goals in 13 games as an attacking midfielder. He was absolutely brilliant at times early in the season, but then left because his loan expired, back to China, and oh, how they've missed him. They've not been the same team without him. Hence the run of 12 games without a win coming into this one. They'd love to get him back, but finances make that difficult. A player who shone over his various spells with Las Palmas, Jonathan Vieira. A good run here inside from Matos. But it's cleared, and they can break up to Ruben Castro. He can't control, so the referee rightly brings it back for an earlier foul. Good refereeing by Damaso Arcediano. Has a word with Kaptoum as well. That was his foul that the referee tried to allow the advantage. There's the earlier opportunity. Just offside, his right knee maybe. But we were spared any debate by the fact that he ran on and missed Ruben Castro there. Well, say he missed, he didn't even shoot in the end. Benitez just keeps that in, hooked away by Costas. Varela forward. Should be easy for Costas again. He'll just turn away from Ruben Castro and send it long. Up for Nunez. Look at the leap. So good in the air. Maybe I'm going on a bit too much about Darwin Nunez, but trust me, he's special. And his flick on has helped Almería continue this attack. Matos. Las Palmas with everyone behind the ball now. Francis. Back to Costas. Time on the ball for Ibiza. Las Palmas not trying to press. They're happy to sit back, defend their own half. They have won the ball here, though. Can't be controlled by Christian Lopez. De La Hoz. Costas. Francis outside him. Corpas making a run. Costas continues, does really well to find Francis now. His cross in. Headed half away by Alex Suarez. And then they complete the clearance up to Christian Lopez, who's fouled. And Las Palmas wanted the advantage there. The referee not minded to give it to them that time. Free-flowing game so far. No fouls committed yet by Las Palmas. Lofted forward by Josep Martinez. Straight out of play. It's all rather scrappy, but in the end it ends with a free kick for the leap by De La Hoz. Jumping into Varela, and the referee giving Las Palmas a free kick and signalling why. As we hear in the background, the applause to infinity, the La Liga initiative to salute the efforts of everybody who's been helping the fight against the COVID-19 virus in the last few months. And to everybody who's worked so hard to allow football to come back as well. Las Palmas would love to see wins coming back. Haven't got any since December. We've got a free kick here, though, as Ramirez plays it in, headed out. Well, that's a poor ball back in by Slavoljub Crnic, the Serbian winger. Nowhere near a teammate. Interesting to see what the future does hold for that man, Pepe Mel, whether he'll stay for another season with Las Palmas. Goalless here, approaching the midway point of the first half. Villalba. Ibiza to Costas. Oh, there's an errant clearance that will fall for Villalba. Clever backheel to Munoz. He tries to trick his way through. But the clearance is made by Crnic to win the throw-in for Las Palmas. Alberto de la Bella. The layoff doesn't find Varela, and Good run from Francis. Nice layoff from Nunez, and they've got 4 forward here. Francis looks for Nunez, but he couldn't take it in his stride. Well, there were other options for Francis, but when you've got your leading scorer making a run into the box ahead of you, it's an obvious pass to make. But Nunez on that occasion didn't seem to be quite ready for it and didn't control. Ramirez driving inside. Well, oh, lovely pass and a chance for Ruben Castro, who finds the bottom corner. What a good finish from Ruben Castro, and it's Las Palmas with the lead. I don't think there'll be any doubt about that one. There didn't seem to be any question of offside as Benito Ramirez played a beautiful pass through, and that allowed Ruben Castro to race on. And a precise finish. He fluffed his first chance when he broke the offside trap earlier and ran through, but didn't even get a shot away. But that time, he's got a happy birthday message to someone. We didn't quite see the T-shirt for long enough to see who, but I'm sure they'll know. But have a look again at this pass. We'll see, is there any question of offside? No. He's a good 2 or 3 yards on, and what a pass. Very good finish as well. Taking it instantly, that's the confidence of a veteran striker who knows he's got shooting ability. Just to run on, take it early. Very precise. And then the birthday wishes. And it's Las Palmas fans all over who'll be celebrating now. Their team ahead. Looking to end that winless run that I mentioned of 12 games. They are on track to do so now, and it would be an upset. Promotion chasing Almería against out of form team near the relegation zone. Still a long way to go though. Here's Villalba. Martos. Nice 1-2. Cross is cleared by Alex Suarez. First real effort on goal from either team. Ruben Castro had the other chance for Las Palmas, but wasted it. He was absolutely precise that time, though. Munoz flicks it back into defence. Juan Ibiza goes back to his goalkeeper Fernando, who had no chance with the goal. The finish was just too accurate. Now the flick on for Darwin Nunez, who tries to turn away. Good challenge comes in. Had to be from Curbelo because Nunez was preparing to turn towards goal. And it's another corner. It'll be an out-swinging delivery from Villalba. Headed away by Lemos. Francis. There's space for Villalba on the right. Still 5 in the middle. Gives it back to Francis. Looking for the little 1-2. And is that a trip? It is by Varela. So another set piece. This time a free kick rather than a corner. But with the positioning, it's practically the same thing. There's an early change here with an injury, obviously, for Kaptoum. Didn't see him pull up, I must admit, but assume it's an injury. Yeah, he's holding his back hamstring. It would be very severe to substitute him tactically. But one of the 5 changes that Guti has available has been taken with the introduction of Aguza. Now the set piece then, Villalba. Well away by Lemos. Trying to make something of it. Bit of head tennis around the edge of the area. Curbelo shoulder charged well by David Costas, but then he just turns and hits straight out for the goal kick. And there is Kaptoum limping away, so we didn't get to see much of the former Barcelona trainee, and it looks like he hurt himself here. He's pulled up there as the goal went in. 5 years to Ruben. I assume that's his son. 5 years old to young Ruben. Happy birthday. But Kaptoum, yeah, just seemed to hurt himself chasing down, attempting to track the run. So that's why he's off. Villalba inside to Munoz. Matos. And they build again from the back. Villalba. They work it back again. Aguza, the new entrant, seems to be picking up the deep lying midfield position, as his number 5 shirt would suggest. There's Darwin Nunez getting crowded out, losing out. Ramirez, the creator of the goal, he loses out. Cesar de la Hoz, lovely ball. Munoz into the area, can't quite get a shot away. He was well challenged there by Alex Suarez, who stuck to Juan Munoz and wouldn't let him shoot. The clever pass inside from de la Hoz. Nearly an opening. The clearance from De La Vella is out for the throw-in. Almería pressing. It's Francis with the throw-in to Munoz. Flicks it on, and the whistle blows, and it's a high foot that has gone against Almería. It's Corpas, I think, who has been penalised. Almería felt that he was the one who was fouled. Let's see. Difficult to see on that replay as crowd of players as he jumped in, but here's the replay of the nearly a chance. Good defending Alex Suarez to deny Munoz the shot. As we reach the half-hour mark, that will probably be the signal for the cooling break, and indeed it is. The players have a chance to head to the sidelines, take a drink, and the coaches, Pepe Mel and Guti, have a chance to pass on a few instructions to their players as well. An innovation that we saw at the start of the season as well in La Liga Santander in the games in August. We also had these drinks breaks. Important to look after the health of players, and it's something that managers greatly appreciate, the opportunity to basically take a time out, as they exist already in a lot of other sports. Something that managers can't normally do other than at half-time, but we can see Guti and Pepe Mel full of instructions to their players. So a bit of a mixed blessing for players this. So on the one hand, they get to go and have a rest and have a drink. On the other hand, they've got to listen to their managers telling them what to do. Said in jest, of course. Important element for managers, and with the introduction of more substitutes as well, 5 subs plus these drinks breaks, 1 in each half, it makes it a more manager-influenced sport, really. Bit of a interesting subplot to the remainder of this Spanish football season. Guti doesn't look too impressed. Javi Castellano, the central midfielder of Las Palmas, getting the bulk of the instructions from his manager, Pepe Mel. Misplaced by Varela. As we restart, Francis with the throw-in for Almería, trailing by a goal to nil. Excellently finished by Ruben Castro. Nice turn by Munoz. And he was fouled as he ran away, so Free kick goes as the referee sees no advantage. Sergio Aguza, who came on incidentally, is very much a regular for Almería, making his 24th appearance of the season as the substitute replacement for Kaptoum. And that goal from Castro 10 minutes ago separating the sides, but Almería have shown threat as they do here. Cross comes in looking for Núñez. He's cleared only as far as César de la Hoz. Good play by Aguza, who runs back onto it. It's going to be too heavy for him, is it? Yeah. Shepherded behind by Curbelo, protecting the byline and just letting the ball go out. Well, despite the poor run that I've mentioned of Las Palmas, they haven't generally conceded many goals. They've a number of draws, 8 draws out of 12, and they've all been 1-1 or 0-0. 5 1-1s and 3 0-0s. Most recently, their last game on Saturday against Girona was goalless, so not an easy defence to breach. We've got an interesting hour ahead of us here at the Estadio de los Juegos Mediterráneos. As Almería see, they've got 65% possession and they need to make more of it. Oh, there's a challenge on Francis. It's going to be penalised not just with the free kick, also with the first card of the game, and it's the veteran Alberto de la Bella. You may recall watching him a few years ago in the top flight with Real Sociedad. An important part of that team that contained a young Antoine Griezmann and Carlos Vela, Xavi Prieto, and qualified for the Champions League back in 2014, I think it was. De la Bella, great player then, still is, but 34 now. Still doing a good job for Las Palmas, but he's got the first yellow of the game and given a free kick to Villalba to take. 6 in the box. Good ball, good header away by Srnic. And now they'll look to break. No, because Martos flicks it on, and it's a chance now for Costas. Villalba onto his left foot, crosses blocked by De La Bella. Back for Costas, who's very much fish out of water in that kind of position. The central defender on the edge of the box, and the foul by Francis on Ruben Castro. A Betis-influenced duel there. Gives the free kick to Las Palmas and a reprieve from the pressure. Flag goes up for offside against Ramirez. Now Almería trying to play at a high tempo. Whenever they get the chance to restart, they do so quickly. All the dead balls. And considering their status as the top scoring team in the league, they will fancy their chances of getting back into this. You can be sure they won't stop pressing. Francis slides it for Corpas. Now his cross, away by Lemos. Oh, and there's a heavy landing for Christian Lopez, staying down. We could hear his cry of anguish. Play goes on, it's flicked into the box. Darwin Núñez trying to turn on it, and a high dangerous foot from him, almost taking the head off Alex Suarez. It's a free kick for Las Palmas. Trying the spectacular, but nowhere near the ball, nearer the head from Darwin Núñez on that occasion. Looks like Christian Lopez is going to be okay. He's back on his feet. Ooh, two Almería players jumping into each other there, but they work the ball away, and it's long from Aguza to Núñez. Villalba making the run ahead of him, and he slides it forward. It's a poor pass, though. Hope I've not put the kiss of death on Darwin Núñez. I was eulogising him at the beginning of the game, but not been his night so far. Commentator's curse. I hope I haven't jinxed him. That pass certainly far too heavy. Looking for the run of Villalba. His Corpas challenged solidly by De La Bea, who can't complain too hard. He's already been booked. Certainly not a yellow card offence there. Heavy challenge, but nothing violent in it. Just needs to make sure he doesn't talk himself into another yellow. Aguza. Juan Ibiza. Poor pass. Intercepted by Castellano, but he can't keep it. Almería get it back. Villalba looking for Matos with the flick, doesn't find him. Aguza comes over to cover and win it back for Almería. And they go to the back to start again. Costas. For Aguza. Trying to penetrate the penalty area. Lemos gets it away, only as far as De La Hoz. He works it wide for Francis. Francis with the cross. Half punched away by Martinez, not very convincingly, but Las Palmas scramble it clear. They've had to navigate a number of balls delivered into their box. They've done so generally pretty well. Wasn't the best goalkeeping there, though, by Josep Martinez. Might be another ball in here. There is. It's headed away this time by Lemos. And Aguza goes down. Free kick, so there's going to be another ball in now from the latest free kick for Almería, of which we've already seen a number. Corners and free kicks in these advanced positions. One crazy stat is that there's been a penalty in 41% of Almeria's games this season. Seen a lot of free kicks around this area. Nothing inside the penalty area yet. And they won with a penalty their last game. 1-0 at Albacete, converted by Darwin Núñez. What can Villalba deliver here? Good ball, flicked on and over. It was Núñez who rose, but just got too much on it. Good ball in from Villalba. And there was the flick from Darwin Núñez. Too much contact and it goes over the top. Wonder if it just came off the top of his head rather than the forehead glance that he wanted. Loose ball control well by Villalba. Nice pass as well to Munoz. Ah, now he gives it away straight to Curbelo. And he was trying to release Núñez down the left. That's helped on by Christian Lopez to Ruben Castro. Lopez continuing his run into the middle, and he meets it with the improvised volley that doesn't threaten the goal, but a reminder that Las Palmas can attack as well. A combination between the two forwards. Lopez to Castro, back to Lopez, and a miss-hit volley well over the bar. Villalba. Núñez wants to shoot. Gives it back to Villalba now. Just too heavy that touch as he tried to drag it into space past Curbelo. And it goes away for a goal kick. He's been bright in this first half, has Fran Villalba. only making his 7th appearance for Almería, on loan from Birmingham City. Started his career with Valencia, came through their youth ranks and a few first-team games as well. Only moved to Birmingham in the summer. And was a regular in the Championship before Christmas, before moving to Almería. Bit of a change weather-wise from Birmingham to Almería. He's had a strong showing in this first half. Nice turn by Varela. Ruben Castro dropping deep to link up play. Curbelo decides to go back. There's the clever footwork of Varela. And now a challenge by Corpas on Ramirez has given the free kick to Las Palmas. They'll be quite happy to take their time over this, moving towards the last minute of normal time. The end of the first half. Now the injection of pace, and Ramirez with the cross, which the goalkeeper Fernando initially looked like he was going to gather comfortably, but then he let it go over his head. It's out for a throw-in. I can imagine we'll have a couple of minutes added on maybe for the cooling break. There haven't been any other stoppages as far as I can recall. Captoon went off, but that was a quickly made substitution. Maybe 3 minutes at the most. As Villalba plays it into the box, brought down by Munoz, and now Francis running on. Good defensive play by Ramirez to stop him from shooting, and again a last-ditch challenge from Las Palmas to prevent a clear chance. We've seen that a few times already. It is 2 minutes to be added, so that is the time remaining in this first half for Almería to level it up before the break. And yet another dead ball into the box. It's played short by Villalba. Now he'll play it back to Núñez, and he's lost it. It falls fortuitously back to him. He's given it away again, though. He gets it back again. This time he finds Villalba. 3 in the middle for Villalba. Can he get a cross in? He can. Header down, off the post, and followed up and in. And it is Munoz, Juan Munoz with the equaliser. It was his header initially that hit the post. It came back to him and he kept his composure to volley it in. And Almería have a goal that, in truth, they really deserve for the balance of play. Las Palmas complaining that there was a foul in the build-up. It was before this point they felt there was a foul, but not awarded. Play going on. There's the header from Munoz, and the follow-up really well finished, actually, because it came to him quite high. What he did well was to get his foot over the ball to get power on it, because the keeper was up, and if he just side-footed it feebly, it wouldn't have gone in. He had to generate quite a lot of power. Look how high he takes it. At least knee height. That's a very good finish. Better than it first looked, I think. Juan Munoz, 9th goal of the season. And now they are just having the VAR check as to whether there was a foul in the build-up. They'll be going back. It was after Núñez lost it for Almería. Las Palmas were trying to clear out from the back. There was a collision, player stayed down. So that's what they'll be looking at. Here, let's see. No, that's not a foul. I don't think that's a foul at all. It was just lost by Srnic. And then we go on, no problem for anything else. It was just that challenge on Srnic that Las Palmas were complaining about. And I don't think that was a foul. This is just We don't need to see this in terms of VAR. See the finish again and admire it. But the review is for the possible foul on Srnić, which from that one replay we saw, I didn't look like a foul at all. But they'll check it. The referee, Damaso Assediano, waiting for the confirmation that the goal stands. I'll be very surprised if it doesn't, and then we'll restart probably for a second. Oh, he's been told to go and have a look. Well, I must say I'm surprised. Maybe there's another angle that we haven't seen yet. We did only see the one replay. So over comes Assediano, the referee. Guti and his players have to wait. No, I think if anything, he dived in, and Francis did probably kick him actually, but it's not Francis, it's Agutha. But because he jumped in, he was off his feet, diving in. But he has disallowed it, and he's booked Agutha as well. So it's no goal. Well, I must say I'm surprised. Agutha makes contact, but only because he's jumped in. He's dived into him. Srnić left his feet. If anything, it's a foul by Srnić. Well, in my view, not a qualified referee. But I'm very surprised by that one. He made contact, did Agutha, with Srnić, but only in his follow-through after Srnić dived into him. Anyway, goal doesn't count. Almería have got to get over it, and they'll probably have half-time to do that because we're seconds away from the break. Play going on. It'd be ironic if Srnić scored now, but he has found a good pass to Curbelo, who looks for Srnić, doesn't find him, breaks on. Well broken up by Castellano, and that will probably be it, surely. We had nearly had our 2 minutes of added time before the goal was scored. We're continuing a little longer still. 2 minutes added time is turning into 5. And forward comes Costas. Laid off by Corpas, who loses out to Lopez. And there's Varela, free kick. And now the whistle for half-time as well. So Almería frustrated. They thought they'd levelled, and they're surrounding the referee now to ask why they hadn't. But instead of a goal for Muñoz, it's a yellow card for Agutha. And the only goal in the game remains the strike from Ruben Castro midway through the opening period. Excellently taken after a good pass from Benito Ramirez. And that, along with the referee's decision to disallow the goal from Muñoz, means that Las Palmas are halfway to a shock away victory. They're looking to end a long winless run. They may just do so. Half-time at the Estadio de los Juegos Mediterráneos. It's Almería 0, Las Palmas 1.
¡Gol pasivo! Sigue, sigue, sigue. ¡Rubén! ¡Gol! ¡Vamos! ¡Vale!
Welcome back to the Estadio de los Juegos Mediterráneos, where we are going to see if promotion chasing Almería can get back in this game, losing against Las Palmas 1-0. The goal scorer, though, is off as we see the change from Las Palmas. Entering the action at half-time is Ruiz de la Galarreta, and he's replaced Ruben Castro, and that's a defensive move. Ruiz de la Galarreta is more of a midfielder. Ruben Castro, the goal scorer, a striker, of course, so maybe it's going to be a 4-5-1 now from Las Palmas, which would be understandable as they look to secure their first win in 13 games. There's still no doubt bitter feeling among the Almería players about that disallowed goal, as Varela threatens down the right, fires it all the way across goal. But Almería have got to use that sense of injustice, which I'm sure they will feel. If they had a chance to see the replay during half-time, probably even more so, and use that injustice to fire them on in this second half and turn it around. Got a very interesting 45 minutes coming up. It's Las Palmas who've made the brighter start with Curbelo here, sending in a cross to the near post. It falls down now for Cernic, who was involved in that controversial incident before half-time. And he unable to get a shot away, but they do get a corner at the end of it, so Las Palmas threatening early in the second half. It's going to be taken by Benito Ramirez, who set up the goal for Ruben Castro. Delivery is too close to the keeper, though, and gathered by Fernando. He's looking for a quick release, but doesn't see one. So in the end, the simple roll out to Francis. We see the temperature. It's cooling down now. It's 23 degrees, I think, wasn't it, at the start of the game? Seem to remember now 22, and the shadows now across the full length of the pitch. There's a nice ball to Villalba, probably the best player for Almería in the first half was Villalba. Now Núñez sends it back to De La Hoz. Wide for Martos. Good ball in, bounces down, and that's fortunate for Las Palmas that it came off De La Bea and squirmed back to the goalkeeper. Could have got anywhere. I don't know what Muñoz is asking for. A penalty, probably. Maybe for handball. If De La Bea put his arm on it when he was on the ground. We'll see if anything comes of that. No doubt, if there was anything, the VAR officials will be reviewing. Let's see. Nothing at all. No. Nothing there. So quite rightly, play going on. And David Costas is going to send it long, looking for Villalba. Header away by Curbelo. Hooked on by Lopez. But they get it back now, and Núñez has it taken away from him by Castellano, who's doing all the dirty work in midfield well for Las Palmas, the number 18. There's that messy incident again that De La Bea got a bit lucky with, because, well, there was no question of penalty. He didn't defend it particularly well, and he was just fortunate that it went back to his goalkeeper rather than into the path of an opponent. Villalba with the pass to Núñez now, chance to run at them. He is a powerful runner and he carries it on. Oh, poor pass though. Looking to square it straight at Castellano. Not been his night at all so far, and it is entirely my fault after I talked him up so much at the beginning of the game. Apologies, Darwin. De La Hoz. Costas, got Francis outside him. Goes back instead to De La Hoz, who switches play over to the left with Juan Ibiza. And now Matos. Stab forward for Núñez. He was always second favourite for that one, and Alex Suarez felt he was fouled by the forward. The referee didn't, so play goes on. Throw in for Almería. Núñez lays it off to Aguza. De La Hoz. Costas. I think this could be the pattern that we see a lot during the second half. Almería possession, Las Palmas getting everyone back. Looks like De La Galarreta, who often plays in midfield, who's going out to the left-hand side as that ball comes forward, and to no avail. And Almería have got to pick their way carefully through this Las Palmas defence, and of course we'll see what substitutions Guti may feel like introducing. May get to see Arvin Appiah, the Englishman, joined from Nottingham Forest. But they've got their main forwards out there already. He didn't really hold anything in reserve today. One player is missing, an important one. Jose Carlos Lazo is suspended. He has 8 goals this season from wide. Well defended by Costas. It's all a bit tight. Corpas works it out to find some space, and now Matos down the line for the Alba. Good tackle. Curbelo sticking close to him. De La Hoz. Once again, this pattern of Almería looking for space, switching play, trying to find an opening. Las Palmas staying diligent and organised. Good ball, looking for the run of Villalba, but Curbelo defended it well. He just used his body to ease Villalba a lot away from the direct line that he wanted to take into the path of the pass. And it's behind for another goal kick, and frustration will be starting to grow for Almería, and you wonder how long Guti will leave it before he changes something, whether it's personnel or shape. Now the free kick in the favour of Las Palmas, as Varela is just tugged back there. It was a foul, yes, by Aguza. It's a long way out. Can't imagine that Varela will be thinking of shooting from here, or Ramirez, the left foot, Varela the right. Probably it will be the right-footed little chipped cross by Varela, but the way he's building up, it's like he wants to shoot. Actually, it's Lemos over the ball. Lemos, the central defender, he is going to shoot. Oh, and that's why it was a really good one. I'm saying it's too far out for a shot. He produced a really fierce, fizzing, dipping strike. And it was moving all over the place, and not easy for Fernando, who did well to tip it over. Powerful strike from Mauricio Lemos. And a corner for Las Palmas at the end of it. Out-swinging delivery from Ramirez. Cleared by Agutha, but it's fired back in rather speculatively by Curbelo and well wide. So nearly 10 minutes into the second half, and Las Palmas sitting comfortably at the moment. Are we going to see changes? No, I think the referee just checking there wasn't an injury. Agutha. Francis is making the run down the right. Don't think he's going to be able to get there. De La Bea using his body well, and another Almería attack, if it can be called that breaks down fairly easily. Villalba tries to squeeze between two, was caught in the sandwich, and whistle blows. Free kick. I'd be surprised if he's taken off, as he's been bright. See Jonathan getting ready to come on. Brazilian left back usually. The way Guti's pointing, maybe he's further forward. Oh, he's pointing maybe to the other soon-to-be introduced substitute. I think that was Ivan Bayu. There's an errant layoff, but the foul gives Las Palmas another free kick on the halfway line. It was Juan Ibiza that time. So let's see what changes are going to be made. And it's, well, that's the one I said I would be surprised to see if he came off. Is coming off. Villalba for Jonathan. He normally plays as a left back, but maybe he's going to move more advanced this time. Or maybe Martos will come further forward. And Francis is off. Yeah, he is heading off. And it is Bayu who comes on. Good first contribution by Bayu, but the pass is errant from Agutha. Jonathan is playing left wing, so it's a straight swap for Villalba. Jonathan making his 17th appearance of the season. Immediately conceding the free kick. Bayu, the other substitute, coming on for his 23rd. He's been the regular starter at right back. Francis was making his full debut, recall, from Betis on loan. So he's changed the width, as Guti. But this first 15 minutes of the second half have not been good from his team. They've not threatened. Las Palmas, at the moment, really comfortable. Dangerous cross with the deflection and the flying header just wide from Christian Lopez. It was Curbelo with the cross that became more dangerous after it took that little deflection. And Christian Lopez flying in at the far post. Really, really close to making it 2-0. And that really would have left Almería in a pickle. I mentioned he's making his first appearance for Las Palmas tonight. Christian Lopez, after signing from Hatta. in the UAE. Before that, he was with Angers in France. Nearly a debut to remember there. A full debut. Anyway, he's made a couple of sub appearances before today. And a poor ball by De La Hoz, cut out by Curbelo. And here's Varela with a bit of space. He's good running with the ball. And lays it off to De La Galarreta. He spins out to find De La Bea. Now Benitez shown too much of that one to De La Hoz, but he can't win it cleanly. And Ramirez takes it forward again, and he goes down. Two are down. And there's a card is there for Bayou. No, it's Corpas. Who seemed to foul two players. Fouled him. And he fouled him. Get down. Half a yellow card for each challenge. Gives him the caution, the second Almería player in the book today. Past the hour mark now, and still Las Palmas with the lead, 2/3 of the way towards a victory which would mean so much in their battle against relegation. They might even still have some thoughts that they can get up into the playoff places. They're only 8 points away from it. That's how congested this league is. Does Lemos fancy another shot? He nearly scored from similar distance. He does. He's hit it well again, but wide this time. Well, Mauricio Lemos more than happy to shoot from anywhere. And there's been a collision involving De La Bea, who stayed down here. Didn't see the incident, I must admit. It was as Lemos shot. Here, look at the number 3 in the middle. Oh, he just slipped. No blame attached to any Almería player, but looks like he's going to be okay as well. Bayou goes long, looking for Núñez. Nice control on the chest. Being harangued by Alex Suarez, and he loses out. Really has not been his game. He's starting to look a bit frustrated as well. Interesting one for Guti, because he won't want to take off his leading scorer. But he won't want to tire him out either, with so many games upcoming. Now De La Bea has already been booked. That's got to be setting the referee thinking. He went late there, and De La Bea surely is one foul away from a second yellow card. And if I was Pepe Mel, I'd substitute him now. He's got 4 subs still available. And De La Bea, another foul, you'd think, and he's probably going to get a second yellow. So don't take the risk. Free kick coming in from Corpas, headed away. Picked up by Jonathan. Looked to have his shirt tugged there by De La Galarreta, but play going on. Ooh, risky. Late challenge as well, as the pass was released by Bayou. The referee not taking any action on Christian Lopez. Jonathan, loose control, but manages to get away from Cernic, and the cross is too close to the goalkeeper. Easily gathered by Josep Martinez, and Almería, the frustration grows. Headed by Costas. There's Christian Lopez, who had that flying header nearly giving Las Palmas a 2-0 lead not long ago. That's the closest we've come to a goal in this second half. He flicks it forward looking for Ramirez, doesn't find him. Núñez can't control, will chase it down as Curbelo sends it back to his goalkeeper. And the long kick goes out for a throw-in. Substitute being prepared by Pepe Mel, and I wonder if it is going to be a change at left back to come for the yellow card risk. It's Mantovani who's a central defender, so it is a change at the back. Might be a third centre back he's adding. Aguza. Just nothing happening for Almería at the moment. They've lost the flow they had in the first half, lost their threat. 20 minutes played in the second half. Now can Bayou spark something? He's into a good position. Corpas into the box. Loses out. Ramirez, good tackle. Can there be a counter? No. Well, the free kick is given after the foul by Juan Ibiza. So Martin Mantovani is going to come on for Las Palmas, and he's the very definition of centre-back. He's not going to play anywhere else. But it is for De La Bella. That's what I expected. He was on a yellow card and a half. So Pepe Mel sawing what I saw and not wanting his team to run the risk of being reduced to 10. So Mantovani, can't believe he's going to go to left back. Someone else will have to do that. Yeah, right into the middle. Juan Ibiza has stayed down. This is his first game since August, remember. Coming back from injury, so maybe a worry there for Guti, who's made 3 of his subs. I think it's Alex Suarez who'll go to left back. This is how Juan Ibiza hurt himself, actually committing a foul. So food for thought indeed for Guti. In the second half, very much not going his team's way. He's preparing 2 more changes, which will be the last 2. One of them is going to be Ante Koric, and the other one is Barbero. So is it Corpas coming off? Number 36, Barbero. And he's replacing Juan Ibiza. See if that's a straight swap. And then Ante Koric is on for Corpas, yeah. So that's all 5 changes made then by Guti. Now, Ivan Martos has gone to centre-back. Jonathan to left-back. Barbero is up front. So 3 up now. With Núñez and Munoz, and here's a good run down the right, across the face of goal. Jonathan coming in, couldn't make anything of it. And there's some complaints from Almería that he was side down after the ball had gone. Guti is certainly making that point. The ball had long gone. The question comes, you can't foul someone when the ball's nowhere near them, but you can't just slide them down either. But no, he didn't even know the man was there. He was playing for the ball. That's not a foul. Approaching the last 20 minutes now. Almería have not mustered any goal threat in the second half. Promotion chasers, third in the table, but risk losing points here very much. They are not looking like equalising at the moment. Bayu is going to take the throw in. Agutha trying to step inside, easily cleared. Pepe Mel still has 3 substitutions available. Ruben Castro and Alberto Della Bey are the only ones to have gone off. The layoff from Núñez is awful. He's having, I would say, the worst game I've ever seen him have. Only really seen him have good games before, to be honest, so it's not been a good evening for him. Kosemi will be the next change. It's all very scrappy at the moment. Little pattern to the play, and that is credit to Las Palmas, because they're just not letting Almería settle. Working very, very hard here in the early summer sunshine. Now the ball into the box, looking for Núñez. Dealt with well by Mantovani. Oh, and Jonathan here has tripped Srnic, I think it is. It's going to be a yellow card for him, and it was completely needless because the ball was running away. There was no way anyone was going to get onto it, and he will miss the next game as well. He might just claim that the man was running in front of him. He couldn't have done anything about it, but it's a big one he misses too, because they go on Saturday to Zaragoza, who are top of the table at the moment. So a massive game for Jonathan to miss. And Srnic, that's his last act. He is off. And on comes Kosemi. It's been a great example of game management from Almería here. From Las Palmas, excuse me. And Almería in the second half, nowhere near anything resembling a goal, but that was a good flick on by Núñez to find the substitute Barbero. Now Núñez has the ball cut out, it should be dealt with. Oof, a bit of a risk taken by Mantovani, but the goalkeeper was able to claim in the end as Barbero tried to get there. And Mantovani is a no-nonsense customer. You do not mess with him. Barbero, 21-year-old, only making his 3rd appearance this season. He is going to have a physical battle on his hands if he's going to take on Mantovani. But he's taken on Alex. Well, no, it's a card coming up here for the use of the arm. What colour? Yellow. And I think it's Curbelo who's down. He's gone over to left back now. And he did raise the arm into the face. Curbelo took that in the neck. So another yellow, this time Barbero. That's 4 now by my reckoning for Almería. And the referee might as well take us to the hydration break. Right, yes. He's realised it's that time. So a chance for the players to get some fluids on board, and for the coaches to reorganise, and especially for Guti. It'll be interesting to see his body language here, how calm he is able to stay with his players, because he won't be feeling calm. They have not played well in this second half at all. And a big game, obviously, for them. In third place, just before they go to take on the league leaders as well. Real Zaragoza. They don't want to be heading into that one on a defeat. Well, he's looking calm, is Guti, keeping his cool. And he is cool. And Fashionista on the sidelines. Pepe Mel less bothered about that side of life, but he's got his team very well organised here. They've been defending their lead brilliantly in this second half, and they only have 15 more minutes now to withstand. There'll be a lot of injury time, I think. 14 minutes plus whatever is added on. Couple of games going on elsewhere to update you on what's happening with those. Extremadura down near the bottom are struggling again, losing 1-0 at home to Albacete in a real 6-pointer down at the bottom. Albacete could climb out of the bottom 4 if they hold on there. And another big game at the bottom. Two teams level on points in the last promotion place at the moment. Real Oviedo 2, Deportivo La Coruña 2 is the latest. Oviedo were 2 up, but Deportivo battled back. Drama there. Will there be late drama here, Jonathan, for Almería? Can they find a way to get into this game? Here's Ante Coric, laid off by Barbero. Munoz looking for him. Has to send it back instead to Costas. Now Bayou. Coric. Nice footwork. Cross doesn't come in though, and it's out for a throw. Defended well by Castellano, who continuing to scrap away for everything. And here's De La Hoz. Bayou, looping deflection, punched away by Martinez. And at least Almería are starting to get some balls in the box. Hadn't even managed that until now in this second half. Munoz sweeps it out to the right. Good ball to Bayou. Agutha turning. Almost opened up for him. Now he flicks it towards Bayou. Lemos away. Lemos has had a very good game at the back. This could be a break on if Ramirez can get in there. He doesn't. He took a deflection off Las Palmas player, so well, for Ramirez, I assume, and for a throw-in. Coric. Oh, poor ball. And that's going to be easy for Martinez just to watch over the line and goal kick and take some seconds off the clock. Not had a save to make in this second half. Double change for Las Palmas. Off comes Ramirez for Aridai. And off comes Varela for the youngster Pedri, who has already been signed by Barcelona. He'll join that club in the summer. Expected to go into the Barca B team. A very talented ball player. And only 17 years old. So given the responsibility to try and keep possession a little bit for his team in the last few minutes here. Pedri Gonzalez. Here he is. Trying to wriggle his way past a few. Loses out to Costas in the end. Now Matos. Work wide for Bayou, who seems to be the main outlet at the moment. Cross comes in. Lemos is there. And Mantovani was right behind him in case he'd missed it. Forward from Aridai. First touch deflects off Jonathan. Koric can't keep it in. Throw in for Las Palmas. They're into the final 10 minutes of normal time. And they are still in good shape. The only goal from Ruben Castro midway through the first half. The second half they've not been threatened. Barbero closed down tightly by Lemos, finds Agutha looking for Bayou. That's going to be a corner. Now, they had a number of corners in the first half, but this is their first of the second. It's taken them 36 minutes. Outswinger away from Barbero's attempt. Good challenge. And the break can continue. Aridai back inside. They keep possession well. Pedri too heavy. And now forward down the right, looking long. Oof. Really poor ball. And now Nunez has bundled into Mantovani, I think. Yeah. Well, it's Argentina against Uruguay. It's bound to be a bit feisty. That Mantovani, he's so sneaky. He waited for the contact, moved his body into Nunez, invited him to make some kind of contact, and then went down, sack of potatoes. Nothing in that. Mantovani made it look like he'd been shot. He is wily, you could say. Delaoth switching it to the left, looking for Jonathan. Oof, Aridai took a chance, but controlled it well in the end. And Jonathan can only send it out for a throw-in. And another one after he wins the header. Back to Fernando, who's really had nothing to do in the second half, but Las Palmas haven't really been interested in attacking. They've got what they want, a lead. They're looking for their first win since December after a run of 12 games without victory. Ball into the box now, Nunez! Oh, it's a tame effort. It was his first real sight of goal today. And he did have a header in the first half, but first with his feet. And he didn't connect cleanly. After a good ball from Agutha, finding him in space for the first time. Decent control, but snatched at it a bit. Knew the challenge was coming from Alex Suarez. Now Guti with a wry smile as a free kick goes against his team. No doubt he'll have a few words to say about the decision in the first half to disallow the goal by Juan Munoz, which seemed like, I must say, the wrong decision. Not easy for referees to always get these things right, and on this occasion I don't think the ref did. Ball in's headed away. First time it's been near the Almería box for a long time. Koric loses out. Alex Suarez now will take it to the corner flag. Is that time of the game that he concedes the throw-in? 5 minutes plus stoppage time, which will probably be another 5 minutes or so. So Almería do have time still. Well, they don't have any momentum or rhythm. Delaoth. Costas. Bayou. Available on the right, closed down by Pedri. Reverse pass is really well watched. And away by Corbello, and there was nearly a counter-attack on there, but the pass was too heavy. Now Jonathan with room to run, and run he does, and that I think might be a yellow card. What do you reckon? One of the most cynical challenges you'll see from Josemi. Almost like, was it Bustinza last night in the Barca-Leganés game? The rugby tackle on Leo Messi that has been gone around the world. Didn't quite rugby tackle him in the same way, but a very obvious yellow card for Josemi. Can Koric deliver anything good here? 7 players for Almería on the edge of the box. Oh, it's awful. Pedri uses his technique to take it away, and then the pass is great. If the flag stays down, Aridai didn't have the pace, and I think the flag has gone up belatedly. Either that or a push by Aridai. Free kick either way for Almería. Delaoth. Bayou. Looking for the run of Barbero. Lemos is there. Barbero caught in the face, stays down. Las Palmas have no one near the halfway line to chase it. And Delaoth has passed that straight out and throw in. Barbero getting up, looking like he's got a slightly bloodied nose. If there was contact, it was entirely accidental. The left arm of Lemos catching him. Over it comes for Matos. Desperation times now for Almería. They've got a couple of big aerial targets up there, Barbero and Núñez. Maybe just need to go route one and start lumping the ball in the box. There's a foul on Bayou. Agutha is going to take the free kick. In it comes. Good ball in. Well headed away. I think it was Castellano. He's been excellent in the centre of midfield. Jonathan was fouled. De la Guelarreta with the trip. And Koric over the ball. Final minute of normal time. His last free kick was terrible. How's this one? Bit better. Flicked on, but easily gathered by Martinez. No problem for him there after the flick from Munoz. So now for Josep Martinez, it's about distance. Get it towards the corner flag and let them chase it down. It's not a bad kick and flicked on well. Koric can't keep it in, so that will take us to the 90-minute mark by the time this throw-in's taken. So it's only injury time preventing Almería from falling to a home defeat. Their home form hasn't been fabulous. They lost against bottom of the table Racing not long before the break. In 6 minutes, though, they've got to rescue this one. They did beat Deportivo 4-0 in their last home game just before the break, but on the whole, they've been vulnerable. 4 home losses already this season. Might be, well, probably about to become 5. And credit to Las Palmas and Pepe Mel for the way they've approached this one after they got the lead with a well-worked goal. They've defended brilliantly. Haven't won a league game since the 15th of December when they won 3-2 at Elche, having been 2-0 down. Scored 3 goals in 10 minutes to win. They thought they were challenging for promotion then. Since then, they've sunk towards relegation, but who knows, maybe the playoffs are still within reach. Pedri's touch is loose and it's sent forward long. Headed away by Mantovani, who's done everything that could have been asked of him since he was introduced. Munoz to Bayou. Alex Suarez, another man of the match contender at the back for Las Palmas. Gone to 3 centre-backs now. Well, they're just leaving everyone back apart from Christian, putting some pressure on the ball on the halfway line. Floated in. Mantovani goes down holding his back, struggles back up, and it's brought away by Josemi and pumped long by Pedri. Aridai giving chase. Good header by Fernando. Up towards Barbero. Lemos is there. Lopez. Oh, does really well somehow to come away with the ball and draw the foul. And it's going to be a yellow as well for Cesar de la Hoz. And that was brilliantly done by Christian Lopez, helping his team closer to the finish line by snaking into space, drawing the foul, keeping possession and killing time. Silly challenge by de la Hoz. Christian Lopez has worked hard on his Las Palmas debut, full debut. Will have won some admirers over on the island. And from that man, Pepe Mel will be pleased with the efforts of the striker today. Tireless. Aridai challenging Jonathan, who's acts a bit more hurried. Koric. Well anticipated by Suarez. Loose ball for Aguza. Goes diagonal to Koric. Brings it down into the box. Mantovani away. Aguza. Bayou. 5 in the middle. Cross wasn't bad, but Castellano was there yet again. And Aridai says, just go away, ball. Don't come near my goal. "90 seconds. Can Almería rescue this one? They don't really deserve to in the second half. Nunez, foul. I think it's against Barbero. Nunez was just starting to size up a shot there. Oh, cheap. And didn't do much there, but Alex Suarez went down. No is the cry from Nunez, but yes is the decision from the referee, and there's a minute to go, and again Martinez will send it as long as he possibly can, and they'll try and keep it in the channel in the corner flag area. Another one for Christian to battle over his head, so they can get it forward again, and Fernando's going to bring it himself. Looking for Nunez, flicks on, missed clearance by Castellano for the first time today. Mantovani was then able to get it away as far as Bayou. Agutha headed down by Munoz, but should be the keepers, and that should be it. 30 seconds. Most of those will be used up now before the goal kick's taken. Jose Martinez probably won't care if he gets himself a yellow card for time wasting. He'll just take as long as he can, and look at Pepe Mel prowling the sidelines. This will mean a lot, this win. Las Palmas, their first in 13 games, their first in 6 months. Obviously there was a gap, but they have got that win. The final whistle blows. Ruben Castro's goal was the only one of the game. Pepe Mel's side back into winning ways. Great frustration for Guti. His team really underperformed in the second half. They've got a massive turnaround needed at Zaragoza on Saturday, but Las Palmas, maybe their promotion hopes are still alive. They are, depending on how other results finish, only 5 points away from the playoff places now. Could they keep on climbing? They've got 3 massive points today. Ruben Castro, the veteran, the match winner with his first half strike. Almería, very poor in the second half, is finished. Almería 0, Las Palmas 1. Adios.
Jugador de la Unión Deportiva Almería con Fernando, el portero de la Unión Deportiva Almería. ¿Qué sabor de boca os deja esta derrota ante la Unión Deportiva Las Palmas?
Pues te puedes imaginar, como muy amargo. Al final un partido en casa, sabíamos que era una oportunidad muy buena de acercarnos a las posiciones de arriba de ascenso directo, y bueno, con el partido que teníamos el sábado y no ha podido ser. Un equipo que ha venido todo el partido a defender, a perder tiempo, pues en una ocasión que ha tenido, que era un tiro a puerta, pues se ha puesto por delante y luego nos ha costado mucho.
¿Qué lectura haces? ¿Dónde crees que ha podido estar la clave?
Bueno, pues como te decía, jugando cada tan poco tiempo, pues cuando un equipo se te pone por delante, pues todo se pone cuesta arriba, es mucho más difícil, y quizá pues esa tranquilidad con el balón y bueno, tenemos que aprender de esto. Los últimos equipos que están viniendo aquí a jugar a nuestro campo, pues se nos están metiendo atrás y se dedican a esto, y bueno, sabemos que es muy difícil y bueno, tenemos que aprender para que la próxima vez no nos vuelva a pasar y salir desde el principio por el partido y que no nos den el golpe, porque luego todo es mucho más difícil.
¿Qué habéis hablado al descanso? Se ha visto con Almería que ha intentado ya volcarse en el tramo final en busca del empate, que en la postre no ha llegado.
Sabíamos, bueno, que si nosotros estábamos bien, que íbamos a tener oportunidades de gol, y bueno, esa era la idea. En la segunda parte, pues salir a por ello, porque sabíamos que iban a seguir como la primera, metidos atrás a defender, y que íbamos a tener oportunidades, pero es verdad que nos ha costado. Yo creo que la segunda parte no recuerdo ninguna oportunidad clara, y bueno, sí es verdad que era un equipo que nos ha sacado en todo momento. También pues en ciertos momentos el árbitro también se ha hecho que salgamos del partido, y bueno, tenemos que aprender de esto, porque es que no vale de nada. Tenemos que centrarnos en jugar a lo nuestro, y que lo único que podemos controlar, porque hay otros factores que no podemos controlar y nos tenemos que olvidar.
Te pregunto por la acción polémica antes del descanso. Marca Juan Muñoz, revisión de VAR, y termina el gol anulado. No sé cómo lo has visto tú desde el terreno de juego. ¿Qué te ha parecido?
Bueno, yo estoy muy lejos, yo veo una disputa de balón, van los dos, y bueno, me parece muy raro que pite falta en esa acción y según me han comentado era gol, pero bueno, si es que al final no vale de nada hablar de los